The artillery blew in there. The planes came strafing, bombing, and with napalm. I can remember rising up and saying, "Okay, let's go." On a dead run, I crested a small hill, looked down, and up to the top of bunker. One huge problem: there was barbed wire strung along the backside of that hillock. When we reached the wire, I went right through it. I can't say just how, whether I dove over it, somersaulting, or vaulted it, or just got lucky and ran through a patch. But I was through and headed up the hard scrabbled dirt to the crest of bunker. A lot of firing was going on, and I remember a Chinese grenade headed my way, their standard potato masher rolling down the hill. Nothing to do but keep running. In a moment it exploded at my feet, but the force of the grenade must have been spinning the ground, maybe because at that time I felt nothing, just stinging my legs and hands and face. Dirt. It was just dirt. As I crested bunker, I ran into 3 Chinese in a shallow ditch. Now my job was to get prisoners. Dead chickens didn't give much info. As I turned to shout, "I got one," the guy on the left pulled his burp gun up and cut loose from about 6 feet. I later learned he had shot my canteen off my belt and had taken away part of my uniform. Somehow prisoners did not seem then important. I put my carbine physically in his chest and pulled the trigger at full automatic. When I swung the carbine to the other 2, nothing happened. Either the carbine jammed, or in my enthusiasm to take care of chink number 1, I had emptied the magazine. Next ensued just a classic movie version of hand-to-hand combat: fighting, kneeing, gouging for the eyes. Somehow I rode out of depression. I was still carrying 2 grenades. On my back, I pulled the pin, let the handle fly, waited a moment, and then placed it on the 2 Chinese in the draw. With this out of the way, I looked around and saw that we had attained the crest of bunker, but could not, I thought, hold it. I told my guys to pull back and make sure they had the dead and wounded. A lot was going on both sides. A burp gun riffed off a quick burst. We headed back to our lines on bunker, with a wounded Marine I had picked up towards the shank end of the firefight. We both made it back to friendly lines. I honestly believe Lieutenant Jack Rogers got further on to bunker than any of the previous forays before or afterwards. Captain Conley greeted us. We reorganized, and eventually, about mid-morning, were relieved. 2nd Platoon Item Company has suffered greatly. The exact casualties I am uncertain of,